In this video, we will learn about another important Python data type called dictionary. We will cover how to define a dictionary, basic operations on dictionaries, and the most important dictionaries methods. Finally, we're gonna learn how to iterate over a dictionary and the best way to do it. Before using that, let's understand what is a Python dictionary. A dictionary is a Python data type that stores a collection of data. We store data to a dictionary in key values pairs where the data is mapped to a key. You can think of a dictionary as a table. In this example, we have an English to Portuguese table. We can represent that table as a Python dictionary where the keys are the English words and the values are their translations in Portuguese. As a second example, we have a menu. In that case, the keys are the drinks and the values are the price associated with them. That's what we're gonna be able to do with dictionaries in Python. Let's learn how to define a dictionary. The general way to define a dictionary is the following. You type the name of the variable, I'm gonna call it dictName, then you add the equal sign and the curly braces. At this point, we have an empty dictionary. To add an element to it, we give a key, followed by a colon, then a value. The keys must be immutable data types, such as strings, integers, floats, and sets. The values can be objects of any data type. Elements are separated by commas. And what is very important, the keys must be unique. Let's jump to Python and create the menu example and learn how to deal with dictionaries. To initialize a dictionary, we just need to type curly braces. That's an empty dictionary. Then we can assign it to a variable. I'm gonna call it menu. To add elements to a dictionary, you just need to type its name, in that case menu, open and close square brackets, and provide the key. Our first key was cappuccino, and the value 2.5 euros. We can print that dictionary. Just type print menu. If I save that code and run it, we get a dictionary with one element, cappuccino. We can keep adding. Let's now add. We have cappuccino, we are missing tea, water, and juice. We can just type tea, then water, juice, and all the values. That was 1.5, water, 1, and juice 2. If I run it again, we get a dictionary with 4 elements. To find the length of any dictionary, you just need to use the len built-in function. You just type len and the name of the dictionary, in that case menu. We can also print it and see what we get. You just comment line 13, save it, and run it. We get 4. There are 4 key value pairs in that dictionary. Alright, we know how to initialize, how to add elements to a dictionary, and how to find the length of any given dictionary. But how to retrieve data from it? If you are following that series, you might remember that we retrieve data from a list data type by index. When working with dictionaries, we retrieve data using the keys because the values are mapped to their keys. To do that, you only need to type the name of the dictionary, in that case menu, then open and close the square bracket, and the key. Let's say T. We can print that. We can just type print. Let me just clean that screen and run it. We get 4 and 1.5. 4 is still here because we are still printing the length of the dictionary, and 1.5 is the value which is mapped or associated with the key called T. We can do the same and also print the price of water. We can just run it again, and then we get tea costs 1.5 and water costs 1 euro. Now we can assign that to a variable. Let's say tea price is equal to, then we just copy that code. We can do the same with water. Let's just type water price, and here we type water. Then we delete those lines, and finally we print tea price and water price. Let's just comment that line, so we no longer have 4 on the screen, and then we get 1.5 and 1. Let's check what happens if we try to access data from a key that does not exist in the dictionary. For instance, let's try to print menu, and then as a key we give orange. If you run that code, a keyword exception is raised because this key does not exist. To avoid that issue, we can check if the key exists before trying to retrieve its data. Let me show you. I will just comment that line. Then we check if, what is the key we want to check? Orange. If orange in dictionary, that key is menu. If that's true, we print the value which is mapped to that key. Else, we print, let's say, key not valid. If I run that code, we no longer get an error, and then we get key not valid. You can just continue coding without having any keyword exception. Now that you know how to retrieve data from a dictionary, let's learn how to reassign data. I will just make a line here, then comment all that example, and we are back to our menu dictionary. We can print menu and check it out. To reassign data to a dictionary element is exactly the same as adding elements. The reassignment happens because the keys must be unique, therefore it updates the key value. Let's increase the tea's price. For that, we just say menu, what we want to reassign, tea. The original price is 1.5 euros, now we say 1.8. If I save that code and run it, the value which is mapped to the keyword tea is no longer 1.5 but 1.8, and that's what we call reassignment. And the last basic operation on dictionaries is how to delete a keyword. We do that by the built-in function called del. You type del, then the dictionary and the key you want to delete. Let's delete water. We say del, the dictionary is called menu, then the key you want to delete is water. We can print menu and see what happened. If I run that code, you see that water is no longer there. And that's how you can delete or remove a dictionary element. These are the basic operations on dictionaries. Let's get to know about dictionaries methods and finally how to iterate over a dictionary. We learned that a dictionary is defined by a set of curly braces. At this moment, we have an empty dictionary. We can also assign it to a variable. I'm going to call it channel. To add elements to that dictionary, we just need to provide a set of key value. The first key, I'm going to call it name, and then colon. What is the name of that channel? The name of that channel is Fall in Python. Then the amount of videos we have 12. What we can do, as it is a new element, after the comma you can press enter. Then we have each element in one line. Let's also create another element called content. Let's provide the content in a list data type. We can say tutorials, comma. Again, I can press enter. Then we're going to talk about engineering and data science. Let's print this dictionary. For that, you type print and the name, in that case, channel. If you save it and run that code, we get our dictionary. If you want to print each element of a given dictionary in each line, we can use a very nice function called pprint. For that, you type from pprint, import pprint. Now we're going to have access to that pprint function. In that case, I will no longer use print, but pprint. If I run it, we get each element of this dictionary on each line, and that's easier to read. When dealing with lists or dictionaries which contains a lot of elements, you can make use of that function called pprint. Now that we have our dictionary defined, we can start talking about methods. To list all the methods and attributes of a Python object, we use the dir function. To do that, we type dir and the object we want to inspect, in that case, channel. Then let's print that to the screen and see what we get. Before running that code, I will just comment line 12. And the dir function returned that list of methods. All the methods which start and end with double score are called special methods, and we are not interested on them. We are looking for the methods which don't have the double score. We will go through the most useful methods. And if you are interested to know about one of those methods, you can always use the help function. You can just type print help, then the dictionary, in that case channel, the dot notation, because we use the dot notation to access the methods, and then the method itself. Let's check for get. If I run that code, let's just clean it first. We get the help of that method, and it says it returns the value for key if key is in the dictionary, else default. Let's use it. Let me just add a comment here and start using the get method. We type the name of the dictionary, in that case channel, dot, and the method. As argument, we give a key. We take videos. We can either assign that value to a variable and print it, or directly print it. I will just put it in between parentheses and print it. Let's comment that line and run it. We get 12. Why? Because 12 is the value mapped to that key. In the previous session, we learned that we can access data from a value using the dictionary key. For that, we should use the square bracket. Let me just create a variable, result, and then let's access that key. Channel, open and close the square brackets, and the key, videos. Now we no longer print that code, but result. That's gonna be the same, 12. But we saw that in case we add a key which is not existing in that dictionary, let's use playlist. A key error is raised. Why? Because that key does not exist in that dictionary. However, if you use the get method, just type .get and then write playlist. If you run it, we no longer get an error. What we get is none. What you can also do, you can give another argument and provide your own message. I will say key not valid. If I run it now, I get key not valid. Another important method is called update. Let me show you. Again, I'll add a comment. Then we're gonna use the update method. You type the name of the dictionary, in that case channel, .update. You provide a dictionary. If you provide a key value which is contained in that dictionary, it's gonna update its value. If not, it's gonna edit on it. Let's update the video's number, because I released that video and then it will become 13, right? And let's add to that dictionary the number of subs, in that case 82. We can print the dictionary. Let's then comment that line. We can either use the print function or the pprint function. Let's also use the pprint function. The value mapped to the key videos just got updated, and we also add a new element, and the key is subs, and the value mapped to that key is 82. And that's update. To remove elements from a dictionary, we saw that we can use the del function. We can also do the same using the pop method. Let me show you. I will just delete those comments, then show the pop method. For that, you type the name of your dictionary, in that case channel, the dot notation, and the method. Here, as the argument, you just need to provide the key. Let's delete videos. Then, let's print it. I clean the screen and run it. Now, videos is no longer a key in that dictionary. Finally, we're gonna learn how to iterate over a dictionary. In that case, I will just add the last comment and type for key in dictionary, or is our dictionary channel, print key. Then let's just comment that line and run that code. By default, when iterate over a dictionary, what we are doing is we iterate over the keys. In case you want to iterate over the values, you just need to use the values method. Here just type dot values, and now run that code, we get the values. To access both key and value on each iteration, you just need to use the method called items. In that case, you need to give the key and the value. Now you no longer print only key, but value as well. If you clean that code and run it, for each iteration we get the key and the value. And that's by far the best way to iterate over a dictionary. And there you go. I hope that video helps you to become more confident working with dictionaries. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.